A familiar face for Floridians is heading to Washington. Jared Moskowitz won the race for District 23. I had the chance to speak with the Congressman-Elect fresh off his win. Here's what he told me about the election and how he hopes to represent Floridians in Congress. First of all, congratulations on your win on Tuesday night. How does it feel to be a Congressman-Elect?
Well, thanks, Jackie. Thanks for having me again. Look, it's an honor of a lifetime for the voters to decide that they want you to represent them in the People's House in the Capitol in Washington, D.C. on, the most important issues of our time. And so, it's still a little surreal, talking about going up there for orientation and putting a staff together. But look, I'm ready to get to work on behalf of the constituents of Florida District 23.
The last time we spoke, just after the primary, and I remember that you were thinking about your father. So I imagine those thoughts were with you once again on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, look, for people out there who have lost a loved one, and they have some big monumental period in their time. I mean, there's no better way for me to say it than it sucks. I mean, it sucks that my dad missed it. I mean, this was the thing my dad and I did together. We didn't do, he didn't teach me golf. He didn't teach me basketball. I mean, he taught me public service and politics. And so, he passed away in January and I started running, 45 days later. So look, I am where I am because of him. He taught me to have, morals and values. And this is about public service, which is why I have really, had a career of bipartisanship and, trying to help people in their time of need. Even though I have democratic values, that this is about, trying to move the ball forward and help your constituents at the time and the American people. So, he taught me that, and I'm going to go to Washington and make him proud.
I must say that the race wasn't a blowout. It was closer than most expected. I believe it was 13,000 votes that differentiated you. You're representing now a district that is clearly changing. What are your plans to represent the whole district?
Well, listen, I think I won because of my brand of politics in this district. I mean, look, Ron DeSantis had a 19-point victory. It was the largest victory that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Got to be one of the largest victories in Florida history. So there were people in my district that voted for the governor and Jared Moskowitz. And so, look, I've always been someone that, even though I get elected by a certain amount of people, and that means some people voted against me, or voted for the other person, I've always been someone who represents everybody. And so I'm going to represent the people who voted for me and the people who didn't vote for me. And I think if they look at my history of bipartisan service, I'm going to go to Washington. Maybe they don't agree with me on everything, but they're going to see that they have a really good representative.
This is a legacy seat vacated by Congressman Ted Deutsch, who retired. How do you plan to continue his work and then add your own vision as well?
Yeah, well, look, I really do plan to go up there and kind of continue Ted Deutsch's legacy. Our politics are very similar. Ted was someone who, even though he had disagreements with folks across the aisle, he didn't make it personal. He didn't have, there wasn't vitriol. It wasn't about division. And that's one of the things I said in my victory speech the evening that I was elected, is at the end of the day, there is a cancer growing in this country. It started one place and it has spread everywhere. And this idea that we can't disagree without being enemies, we throw words around like treason. We're all Americans. One party is not going to solve all the problems, and one party is not going to take America forward. We have to do this together. The enemy is not within, the enemy is across the ocean. And so, that's how I'm going to govern myself. That really is how Ted Deutsch has done it. I will sure add my own little flavor to it. I have 15 years of experience of results. I know I'm not naive. I know what I'm getting myself into. I know the atmosphere of Washington, D.C. But look, I'm going to go and I'm going to fight for things I believe in. But I'll work with anyone. I think I've shown that by joining an administration of someone I voted against, I'll work with anyone if it means helping the people that you represent.
Yeah, as you mentioned, former state emergency management director, and that's how you worked with the other side as well. But I must mention, as the House is inching towards an expected narrow House majority, this will change the dynamics in Washington in the House of Representatives. Do you think you can get things done?
Well, look, I really only have experience working in the minority. I mean, I worked in the minority in the state house in Tallahassee for 6 years, and I got, NRA A+ rated members of the NRA to vote for gun violence prevention and the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas School Safety Act. And I worked in the Ron DeSantis administration as the only Democrat in the DeSantis administration running the Division of Emergency Management. So, and I can tell you, when I was in that room, I was in the vast minority. And so I've proven that I can get results. Obviously, it's much easier to be in the majority. That's out of my hands. But, look, if it's Kevin McCarthy who's the new speaker, who, and he's got an agenda that wants to move America forward, great. If they want to undermine democracy and they want division and they just want, to try to do everything they can to undermine, progress and Democrats, then, we're not going to get a lot of stuff done. But if they got policies that want to move the ball forward, I'm going to examine those policies just because they come from the other side. So I'm ready to get to work. That's what the people are sending us up there to do. They're not sending us up there to scream and yell and expand our Twitter followers. They're sending us up there to pass bills, to pass appropriations, and to make lives better and to enhance this country.
You mentioned Twitter, so I have to ask. You tweeted out that you were looking forward to wearing your Jumpman 23 sneakers on the floor of the U.S. Congress. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I'm a big Jordan fan. It just so happens that this is also District 23. And so I've been told that the House attire does not apply to footwear, that you can wear any footwear you want. And so I plan on wearing Jordans on the floor. I got a decent collection. I'm a little bit of a sneakerhead, so I'm going to have a little bit of fun with that. And so I don't think Jordan Brand has ever sponsored a congressman before, but I wouldn't turn it down.
I love that. Well, once again, congratulations, Congressman-Elect Moskowitz.
Thank you, Jackie, for the opportunity.